They're back. Hooverphonic is back with The Wrong Place. Video that you can find on YouTube. I'm sure everyone that's in the chat room has already seen and heard the song already. Of course, Belgium, one of the founding countries in Eurovision. They've been around since 1956 when it all began. They've won in 1986. Hooverphonic was supposed to represent Belgium last year. In the Eurovision, never was, with the song Release Me. It's been an interesting year for Hooverphonic. They've ditched their vocalist, Luca. They refused to sing Love Shine a Light, but they're back with a fantastic song. And we are going to start off with I think we're going to go to Una first. Una, how does this compare to Release Me with Hooverphonic? And what is the intel from Belgium? What are people saying about this band?
Well, first of all, this band has been around for quite some time. I think it started in the 90s. I don't know exactly what year, but they have a lot of experience. And it was actually quite a surprise when they were chosen as our representatives last year because nobody expected them to represent Belgium. The song, The Wrong Place, is actually so much better than the song Release Me from last year. I was kind of nervous when the song was going to be released a couple of weeks ago. But when I heard this song for the first time, I was like, yes, this is good. The beginning was already on point. The video clip is really nicely done. The song is just overall really good and typical Hooverphonic style. Also, I would like to say that, yes, they ditched their last vocalist, Luca, but in my eyes, the new vocalist is actually one that was singing for Hooverphonic before. I think she has better vocals than Luca, and she fits Hooverphonic more than Luca's voice, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So I just really love the song. Bam, Belgium to qualify.
Thank you, Una. I'm going to go to sunny Sydney. Michael, bring you in on this one. This is a very radio-friendly song, isn't it? And
look, I'm back in 1997 here. Okay, this to me is a very mature song by a mature band, but to me it's a filler. I really just it passes me by when I listen to it. So is it a great song? Yes. Is it a Hooverphonic song? Absolutely. Is it a song which I think is going to stand out in this show? I'm afraid not. I think this is going to. It'll probably qualify, but it'll struggle to make it anywhere on the left-hand side of the board. I think it's a great song, but I don't actually care for it for Eurovision.
Thank you, Michael. Let's bring in Tristan. Tristan, how do you compare this with their entry last year? Because their entry last year really created quite a fuss with the fans, because some people were saying this is a really good ballad that they produced, and others were saying they had no chance of qualifying. I think when I talked to some of the Belgian people, they were really quite comfortable that song didn't find its way to Eurovision. What was your take on that? How do you compare these two songs?
I loved last year's song. It was in my top 10, definitely last year. I'm afraid this isn't top 10 this year. It's nowhere near. I just loved last year because I'm a huge Portishead fan, and last year's song, especially Luca's voice, it just reminded me so much of Portishead. I've seen Portishead live 3-4 times maybe, so it's just my kind of song. Obviously, this song is much more similar to the stuff that Hooverphonic are known for. So the Hooverphonic fans are going to prefer this year's song, clearly. But just as a song, I just preferred Release Me. I mean, it's okay. I think the video is fantastic. I think her voice is really good. I can't see them moving around much on stage, so I just don't know whether there's going to be sort of much action and excitement on stage. I think it's going to struggle to qualify, unfortunately. It might get intense, but that might depend on whether North Macedonia end up pulling out, because there's rumours that North Macedonia might pull out. That might then make it a smaller field. I hope that they don't pull out, obviously, but there are rumours of that. But at the moment, I would say it would just about, if he got in, it would get in at 10th place.
Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I'm going to come to Elena. Elena, you got to interview these guys, not just this year, but also last year.
Yes.
What are you expecting from Hooverphonic this year? Because I must admit, when I think of this song, I get hugely excited. I think it's very radio friendly. I think her voice matches the type of style of song perfectly. I'm glad she had a hand in writing it. From your perspective, are you proud of this as a Belgian, and what are you expecting in Rotterdam?
Oh, I'm so proud of this song. Like, I like it so much better than I did last year, to be honest. But what am I expecting? God, I really don't know. Like, they're gonna do something big. I just know that they're gonna use like all of the money we had in Belgium to support our media thingies. They're just gonna throw it out on Eurovision and do something like huge. I just know it. I can feel it in my bones or in my water, how we say it.
Yeah, thank you, Elena. I
Can I add something?
Yes, of course.
I just think with the staging, Hooverphonic knows what they're doing, and I think the staging will be better than previous years. That's just what I wanted to say.
I think you've had a raw deal in previous years, though. I think some of the staging's been pretty decent. I think you've been caught in between, kind of interval acts and all kind of stuff, breaks and whatnot. And I think it's had a huge effect. Let's go and talk to Oben, so I get my words out. Oben, what? Come in. You're on mute at the moment. What do you think? What are you thinking about Belgium's entry this year? Does it work for you?
First of all, I would like to apologize in advance if my connection is not good tonight. I feel like that's going to be the case. But as long as it carries me on, I am going to root to the hell and back for Belgium this year. I think the wrong place is in the right time. I mean, this is much better song, and the storytelling, it's captivating. It's you 3 minutes, you are there. There's a journey, there's a story. And last year it was more like James Bondish, but this year, like, this is like such a Hooverphonic song that could have been released like 10 years ago. It's like you've been a huge fan of the song, and you're like, after 10 years the song released, you're like, I didn't know that this was a Hooverphonic song. This is such a classic, earworm Hooverphonic, so Hooverphonic style. I am so pleased. This song is one of my guilty pleasures of this year, and I think they are definitely qualifying to the final.
I kind of knew that you'd enjoy it, actually. I before I went to you, I kind of knew it was right up your street. I wonder whether it's up Jeanette's street even. Jeanette, this is all about a one-night stand gone wrong. The poor guy ends up with his head on the floor, sliced off, after getting a little bit of, the other than the night previous. What kind of a story is this telling? Oh, is it telling that all Belgian women are crazy? Is that the story?
It's telling that all women are crazy, period. Well, we are, and we've all had a one-night stand that's gone wrong, haven't we? I have to agree with that. The song, the video, I like the video. It's interesting. It has a storyline, but the song is, with the risk of me getting my head chopped off today by Elena, which I love, it's nothing special, this song. I liked last year's song, Release Me, much better. But we shall see what they can do on stage, and I'll decide. I think it can be quite hard for them to qualify, but it's all about the staging.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you very much. And Tom, what is your thoughts on this? And also, what are the chat rooms saying?
Well, Stu, I quite like this one. I think it's got potential, and I think it's one of those songs that doesn't necessarily appeal to the bog standard market, if that makes sense. It almost reminds me of some of the Italian entries that we've seen that are a bit, I want to use the term too classy. They're not too classy at all. Essentially, what they are is they just represent different genres of music, and sometimes those do really well because they are something different and they're something that actually stands out in the contest. I have to say the chat room themselves are really divided on this. There's loads of people that are going there. Martin reckons it's better than last year, but ESC Manga says, you know, Release Me was better. Gustav says, you know, thank you, next. But David says that Hooverphonic is one of the improvers from 2020. Ben says the new singer is better. Haley says it's much better than last year. You know, Ian says, you know, I like the dark, moody feel to the song. You know, but essentially, people seem quite divided about this. Will it qualify? I think it will. I think this is a dark horse. And as we know, you underestimate dark horses at your peril, and especially given the fact there are some question marks over some entries currently in that semi-final, I think this could be one to watch.
Thank you, Tom. And it is in the first semi-final, the second half of first semi-final. I'm going to quickly ask the panel whether they think it stands a chance of qualifying firstly. I'm going to start. I think it's qualifying all day long. I think it's a very, very good song, and I expect Belgium to have a really good Eurovision this year. Tristan, qualifying or not?
I think it might just miss out qualifying. I really hope it does, but I think if it qualifies, it'll be 10th. I'd say it won't qualify.
Thanks, Tristan. Oben?
Definitely qualifying. With the support of juries, I think it will be qualifying.
I think it'll qualify. Jeanette?
No, next.
Marius?
Definitely qualifying, and I didn't get the chance to give my comments on this.
Oh, sorry, I left you out. My apologies.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry. I do think that people are comparing this to last year, but that was last year. Move on. This is a good song. I think it will qualify. I think it stands a good chance of doing actually very well, very good. I mean, her voice is amazing. I listen to this song at least twice a day, so that tells me something. And it is in a difficult semi-final, and I think the staging will be quite impressive, so we have to wait and see.
Thank you. Michael?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it will probably just fall over the line and qualify. I hope it does. I think it's a great song, but I don't think it's going to stand out this year.
Thank you. And I'm going to come to you. Now, I'm assuming you think it's going to win Eurovision. Una, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I win Eurovision? I don't know. But I think it'll... Oh, shut up. I think it'll qualify. Like people said, it may not qualify depending on the staging, but Scenic was in the tough semi as well. It didn't qualify because they didn't have any staging. So I have high hopes for Hooverphonic to give a good staging, so we will definitely qualify.
Thank you. And Elena?
Like, that's a stupid question. Of course we are going of course we're going to qualify, but they will announce us as the... Oh, my words, God. They will announce us as the last one, like always. I don't know why they do that. Una, do you know why we're always the last one they're announcing? Like, why?
That I heard once that there is a Belgian in the team, excuse me, in the team of EBU, and every time we qualify, he says to put us last. I don't know if it's true, but
Sounds like an old wives' tale. But thank you very much.
For a heart, that's
I
horrible.
think overall, I think we've got this qualifying.